everyone, it's LaShawn McQuarrie, speaker, life coach, and author of I Am Not an Option, a woman's guide to self-love and relationships. Well, it is day 6 of my 14-day video series on self-love. And today, I want to talk to you about sharing your splendor. Well, what's your splendor? It's you. It's your personality, it's your zest, it's your swag, it's your thing. Whatever it is that uniquely makes you, you. Now, I can sit here before you today very happily, very confidently, and just completely be myself. But it wasn't always like that. Years ago, I used to go through little issues of wondering what other people would think and how they would feel if I was just myself, if I just really embraced all of who I am. And I realized over time that people were going to dislike me or like me for whatever reasons, that they were going to like me or dislike me. And I had no say in that whatsoever. So I decided I'll just let it go because it doesn't matter. You've already made the decision. You're going to like me. You're going to dislike me. And I learned to be okay with other people disliking me. And once I got to that space, everything else changed. I was able to walk around and be confident and comfortable in my own skin. And I'm okay with being a little quirky, witty, a little crazy, maybe a lot nutty. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But what I do know is that I'm comfortable with it. And since I'm comfortable with it, I really don't care how anybody else feels about it, because it feels good for me to just be me. Not asking anybody else's permission. I'm just allowing myself to be myself. I will never forget the time I was on an airplane and I pulled out my coloring books. And I have the real old school coloring book. I don't remember if it was Fred Flintstone or it was Snoopy, but one of them. And I have my own set of crayons. And I pulled it out and I began to color. And the gentleman sitting next to me on the plane, he stops and he looks at me. He goes, "You're coloring?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is that yours?" I said, "Oh, yeah, this is my book. Nobody touches my coloring books." And he laughed and was like, "Wow, that's great." And I could see that my little activity was doing something for another individual. It was showing him what it's like to just relax and be comfortable. And I mean, he just smiled, and every time he looked over at me, he would just smile and it would just light up his day. And that's exactly what happens when we allow ourselves to just be comfortable being ourselves. So I encourage all of you, just be yourself. Go out there, love life, enjoy life being you. And the people who won't like you, guess what? They aren't going to like you. But they probably were going to find a reason to not like you anyway. And if they weren't going to do that, but they just, for whatever reason, decided they don't like you, at the end of the day, they don't like you, you're not for them, they're not for you, let it go. There are billions of people on this planet. Find another friend. Find somebody else to play with. Find someone else to go out and enjoy your life with, to talk to be friends with. Because the world is full of people who will love you exactly as you are. But in order for that to happen, you have to show them how. And the best way to do that is for you to just love yourself unconditionally in all your glorious splendor. So go out there and love yourself. That's all for today. Until tomorrow, from my heart to yours, mwah.